your muscles throughout your body. So I love sun salutations. I love to teach them and I love to share them. I'm going to offer a series of poses that are around your Warrior One stance, and I'm going to guide you into them through a sun salutation intro. So we'll start off the same way that we just were, with our hands at our sides, inhaling our hands up overhead, exhale, folding forward, inhale up to a flat back, exhale, coming down to plank. This is where things will change. We're going to bring our hips up and back for downward dog. In our downward dog, we're going to inhale the right foot up into the air and bring it forward and plant it as close to your hands as you can. If you need to pick it up and shuffle it forward, that's fine. Planting your foot down, let your left foot turn on a 90-degree angle. You want your left foot to be parallel to the back of your mat. Using your abs, you come up and open your body to the side. You have your knee bent over top of your ankle, so we'll check our alignment. Back leg is straight, body is open to the side, arms are at T. Then you take your gaze out over your front fingertips. Turn your left palm up, bringing it up into the air, look up to your palm, letting the back arm lower behind you. This is your reverse warrior. Come forward and plant your hand on your bent knee, your forearm on your bent knee, back arm up in line with your ear. Bring yourself back up to your Warrior Two stance, and we're going to transition into triangle. For triangle, you straighten the front knee, allow the hip to pop out to the back just slightly, reach forward with your fingertips, and then angle down into a triangle. You can use your leg if you need to for a brace. If you want it to be more challenging, you can place your hand open to the side, breathing into your triangle. Softening that front knee, bringing the bend back into it. Plant your hands down on either side of your foot, coming up onto your toes at the back. Press into your hands as you step your foot back to downward dog. Take a nice deep breath in your downward dog, and we'll do the same for the other side. Inhale your left foot up into the air. Bringing it forward, plant your foot close to your hands, pick it up and shuffle it forward if you need to. Right foot turns down on the 90-degree angle. Bring your hands up and open to the sides. I'm going to turn around just to share alignment again. We want to make sure that the front leg is bent and the knee is over top of the ankle. Back leg is straight, body's open to the side. Gaze goes out over your front fingertips. Turning your palm up, bring it up into the air, letting the back arm go down. Coming forward, plant your forearm on your knee and bring your back arm up in line with your ear. Coming back up to your Warrior Two stance, we're going to move into triangle, straightening the front knee, allowing the hip to slide out to the back slightly, reaching forward with the fingertips and then angling down into your triangle. It's very common for one side to be more challenging than the other. And that's fine. You can acknowledge that without judgment. Softening that front knee, bring your hands as you twist your torso, plant them down on either side of the front foot, coming up onto your toes at the back, pressing your hands into the mat. Step your foot back to downward dog. From your downward dog, allow your knees to come down to the mat, bringing your big toes together and sinking your hips back to your heels, centering into your child's pose. You can lower your head right down to the mat, or you can stack your hands to make a little pillow. Or you can wrap your arms right around your body, becoming a small little ball. Taking a few breaths into your child's pose. There's another variation of child's pose that I wanted to share with you. This is a comfortable one that compresses your torso over top of your thighs. You can also keep your big toes together, but take your knees out to the sides of your mat and then settle down in between your legs, extending your arms out in front of you. So you might want to try both variations and see which one feels better in your body. In the moments of quiet, when you're in a pose, you can stay in your child's pose and continue to breathe deeply. Check in with your intention. See if you're learning things about yourself through the process of yoga. Coming up out of your child's pose, you want to be on your hands and your knees again. Curling your toes under at the back. We're going to press our hips up and back for downward dog. Finding your stance in downward dog. Inhaling your left foot up into the air for three-legged dog. This time, as you come forward and you bring your leg with you, instead of planting your foot down, bring your foot out toward your right wrist, letting your left knee come down near your left hand. We're going to be guiding our right leg back into what is called Pigeon Pose. Now, Pigeon Pose, we want our hips squared forward. We don't want to allow ourselves to fall out to the side. So if you need to use a little pillow underneath you, or if you have a folded blanket, that can be a great prop. Coming down into your pigeon, you can stay upright and breathe into this open hip stretch. Or you can come forward onto your forearms and allow yourself the time that your body needs to relax and open up into these folds. If it's available to you and you want a deeper stretch, you can bring your torso all the way down to the mat. If you try a variation and it is too challenging for you, or it hurts, then you want to ease away from it and come back to something that felt good. With developing flexibility, you want to make sure that you're not pushing beyond your comfort point, otherwise your body will tense up and it will actually be counterproductive. So we're going to transition to the other side. So planting your hands down on the mat, curl your toes under at the back, bringing your knee up off the mat. Press yourself back to downward dog. And we'll inhale the right leg up into the air, bringing it forward, letting the right foot go out by the left hand, right knee near the right wrist, left leg slides back into our pigeon pose. Again, you can stay upright. You can try moving down onto your forearms. If it's comfortable and available to you, you can come down into a full resting pigeon. At any point in time, if you need to shift back to an easier version, easier on your body, you can do so. And the transition to come out of your pigeon is curling your toes under at the back, lifting your knee up off the mat, pressing your hands into the mat, bringing your hips up and back so your feet are in downward dog. Walking your hands toward your feet. Allow yourself to roll up slowly, one vertebrae at a time. And then standing with a nice tall spine, feel all the effects of having warmed up your entire body, toned your legs, opened up your hips. And then we're going to allow ourselves to come down into a seated or lying back position. I'd like to guide you into a preparation for Shavasana. Shavasana is the time for you to completely relax your body and focus your mind. And I will leave you in Shavasana. You can stay there for as long as you like. And to prepare for Shavasana, I would suggest planting your feet down, knees bent, lying back. When you're on your back, you can spread your arms out to the side in a T. Inhale your knees up off the floor. As you exhale, bring them down on the left side. Keeping your right arm engaged with the mat. Take your gaze off toward your right hand. Inhale your knees back up to center. As you exhale, let them come down to the right. Keeping your left shoulder engaged with the mat and your gaze off toward your left hand. Bringing your knees back up to center. Wrap your arms around your knees. Give a little squeeze. And then relax your entire body down to the mat. Extending your legs about hip width apart or more if that feels comfortable to you. Your arms at your sides. You can do a body scan, noticing all of the sensations in your body. And then give your mind 1, 2, or 3 tasks to work on. The tasks might be focusing on your breath, counting your inhale and exhale. It might be noticing the rise and fall of your chest and belly, allowing yourself to listen to soft, gentle music. And anytime your mind wanders away, just take a deep breath and guide it back to your breathing. When you're finished in your Shavasana, you can come to a seated position. And we end with our hands at our heart center. This is called Anjali Mudra. This is there to remind you to lead with your heart. We bow our head toward our hands to let our mind know it's okay to surrender to the heart. Namaste.